me ask you one more question on this whole business. In one of the debates, I can't remember which, you said that you thought that the way we can get out of this recession, if it is that and if it becomes worse, is through investment. And then you went on to explain what you meant by investment, and it was government investment in green technologies and infrastructures, highways, etc. You didn't mention private investment. What role do you think private investment has in getting us out of a recession, and how does the government enhance the ability of firms to make profit?
Sure. On the infrastructure front, I do think that it's worthwhile to look comprehensively, and particularly as we look at renegotiating, reauthorizing the highway bill. Because those are jobs that are here, they're jobs that generally pay well, and it strengthens our country. And of course those resources are generated through the highway user fee. Right. And that's a whole other topic of what's happening there. So those are tax revenues, but they're user fee derived. When it comes to the green energy space, let me be clear. Government's not going to do this. We're going to work in concert with the private sector through the tax code, through the research and development we do, in some cases through the regulatory regimes that we either enhance, liberalize, or change. And that's why I've been such a proponent of the investment tax credit for solar and biomass, the renewable fuel standard, the production tax credit, the PTC. Those are signals being sent to the private markets. I mean, we see that in spades here, as you know, with Vestas now having announced their third manufacturing facility. I went out to Lamar with T-Boone when he was here. He's a piece of work, by the way. I can tell you a quick story. Probably on camera I'll get in trouble, but 400 people in Lamar showed up. It's a tenth of the town. Somebody said more people were at that gathering than we'd seen since the last time when there was a $10,000 bingo pot, John. And people were excited. These are ranchers, farmers, small business people. They want to be a part of the action. They know that this is real. They know they have a lot of wind. When T-Boone walked off the stage, he's a very compelling speaker and he has a compelling story. I told him if he wasn't careful that people were going to urge him to run for president. And he said to me, well, I'm too old to do that. And he turned to walk away, and then he turned back to me and he said, but I'll tell you what, if I was running, I'd beat both of those other guys. So he has a strong sense of ego and self-esteem. But no, look, the private sector is going to do this. The one place where I see us as a federal government really driving market-changing behavior is in the military. And we've talked about this before. The military gets this. There's a whole emerging group of green hawks, retired general officers, colonels, and in the active duty military who want to be more free of foreign oil than we are today, who understand that fuel cell technology is really promising for all the information devices that we need on the battlefield. A couple of fuel cell technologies I've seen, they're like, you know, the lighters, liquid lighters, the fuel cell, a little mini fuel cell, would attach to a little handheld computer, a little handheld communications device. They're really pushing the envelope in the Pentagon. It was one of the reasons I campaigned for a spot on the Armed Services Committee, because I'd picked up on those sentiments and those trends, and I will find a way, and have found a way, to be an advocate in that setting as well as I have in other settings. No, the market's going to do this. But it is, I think, incumbent on us to set the sidewalls and then get out of the way. And I think we've learned that you do have to have some signals from those who regulate, those who set the rules.